Today we are going to be unboxing the Buck 110. Now this is my first time ever owning this knife. It's a very popular pocket knife that is time tested. I'll insert an image here. Yeah, so that's the ordinary model. It has that brass construction with the two pieces of wood. First, I'd like to show the knife I'm going to use to unbox this. It is the Buck 118 model. This knife is probably about 30 years old. It belonged to my father and he used it a lot, taking it on hikes, whittling wood, splitting logs, you name it. This knife has been through it. Seems to be very well packaged. Is there a knife in here? Yes, there is. Edge of a Legend. Forever warranty. Wow, they have to say that 3 times just so they know. USA made knife, imported sheath. The knife is made in the USA. Very nice. Sheath made in Mexico. Buck 110. So anything else left in here? Just some paperwork. Tells you that the knife works. Wow, it's actually quite a bit larger than I would have expected. Oh man. Wow, it's so heavy. Definitely was not expecting the weight of this. Really beautiful. A piece of ebony. Wow. Wonderful. This is quite a hefty, full-size chonker of a knife. You can see the rivet holding the blade in. I think there's 2 pins on this side as well. The standard Buck comes with a very swoopy cut right here. I just like the look of this drop point blade because it also gets rid of the nail nick, which is ordinarily on this side. And you don't really need a nail nick in order to operate this knife. The blade seems to be perfectly centered actually, which is always great to see on your new knife purchase. If you're looking for a knife that you don't want to feel in your pocket, this is not it. This thing weighs a whopping 7.2 ounces. Now, let's see how much the Buck 118 weighs. 3.7 ounces. That's pretty light, actually, considering it's a fixed blade. Let's take some measurements of the knife. The blade stock is going to be about 122 thousandths. 3.5 inch blade with 3 inches exactly of cutting edge. The handle thickness is 614 thousandths. 4.5 inch handle. And finally, 8.5 inches in total length. Now that we have some measurements, let's do some size comparisons. Up first, the Benchmade 940. Quite a bit smaller. Exactly the same cutting edge. The blade is slightly longer on the Buck 110, but it's actually the ricasso of the blade, so there's not a sharpened portion. And the Benchmade 940 has a sharpening choil. This does not, so it's a little bit easier to sharpen the Benchmade. In terms of blade design, it's also flat ground, the Benchmade, and the Buck 110 is hollow ground. Okay, next let's do the Paramilitary 3. Yeah, quite a bit larger. Then last, let's do a typical Swiss Army knife. Standard blade. This was around $93, I think. And I think you can get the base model with the brass for like $60. You could probably even get it used for cheaper. The reason why it's so affordable is because the steel is relatively inexpensive. It's 420 HC, but Buck does a great job of heat treating it, so it ends up being a really nice steel. It's easy to sharpen, super corrosion resistant. The blade just sort of wiggles, and it's not really held in tension in the closed position. Like obviously it doesn't open, there's a detent, but has a lot of blade play while it's closed. And then also, if you squeeze the blade of the knife, it's going to contact inside of here and kind of dull it over time. They came up with a design and never really changed it, and it does have some flaws. There's a way that you can make a lockback and not have this issue. So this is the Spyderco Native 5, and it functions the same way. Just depress the lock and the knife closes. But on this one, if you push down on the blade, it doesn't move at all. So the blade is always protected inside the knife. There's a reason why this modern lockback is a little bit more evolved in terms of the design. But this knife just has that mojo that this knife does not. And that's one of the reasons why this is just always going to sell. People are always going to want this knife. Let's do some sharpness tests right out of the box. I'd like to do a typical paper cut test, just see what we're working with in terms of an edge. Oh yeah, it's definitely sharp. Now the question is, will it shave? Oh yeah, it's definitely shaving. Whoever's at the factory is doing a great job sharpening these knives. Now, I'm not really one to carry a knife in a sheath. I'm more of a pocket clip guy, but for this one, I'll make an exception. In terms of quality control and overall fit and finish of this knife, I would probably give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. There's still a little bit of buffing compound in the knife right there on the back. It's not entirely polished, so you'll see some coarser grit sandpaper in here. The lock bar is not perfectly flat. You can kind of see the gaps in there. That's not really going to affect performance at all. In terms of blade play, there is a slight amount of blade play front to back, but side to side, absolutely rock solid. I'm really impressed with the quality of this product. I think I could recommend this to anybody as a first knife, or maybe a present for your son or anyone really. I mean, this knife is awesome. If I was like 13 and I got this knife for my birthday or Christmas, I would absolutely freak out and probably have cuts all over my hands from getting my fingers caught in the blade like that. But that's just something that happens, something to look forward to, I suppose. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more knife content, please consider subscribing to the channel, or at the very least, give this video a like. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.